Welcome to Paradigm Review Show. Today we have the epic fail that would be Expendables 4, aka Expendables, Expendable Bore, Expendabellens Bore. What else am I missing, guys?
The Turtables.
Yeah, right. The Turtables. Horrible film. Well, I mean, let's just start out like we always start out.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite action franchises. 1 and 2 are
epic.
We're for sure. I agreed there. You know, we all, Mac, Gaz, and myself, we are all were massive Expendables fanboys when they made 1 and 2. 3 faltered. It was average. Like, what I would say is 3 was fixable if they would have cut out some of the whack characters, cut out some of the garbage scenes, and then just got rid of that PG-13 rating. I think there was a salvageable film there when they started, which is not the case with this one. At no point ever was there a salvageable film here. And so I just want to tell you guys, Expendables. A lot of people on the internet have been, I don't know if we're going to be able to see this with the green screen, probably not. But a lot of people on the internet have been making fun of the name because it's Expendables with a 4 as the A, like how they're like putting numbers in all these movie titles now. And yeah, it's corny. That's the least corny thing about this movie. But yes, it is corny as well. Yes, take it away.
Well, I think the perfect way to introduce this, I've got something very special planned, folks. So
me too.
Here we go. Oh, plenty of that. So, I mean, here's a brief kind of insight to what the rating will be at the end of this review. So here we go, folks. This is the perfect way I can describe this absolute shocking disaster.
Toilet flush of a movie.
Yeah, it really is. So let's do this.
So basically what Gaz is saying is you come into the theater, guys, you sit down, and then you hear that, and you're like, oh my God, where's that coming from? I'm not even in the bathroom, I'm in the theater. But what you learn is the director has flushed you, the audience, the script, and the film all down the same flush at once.
Really?
You know what I mean? That alone is impressive.
Yeah. They've essentially made the franchise literally expendable. I have dude, I have no desire to see any more. I mean, it's like, yeah, Jason Statham's supposedly going to be taking over leading the team going forward.
Oh, wow, sweet. That's going to be sick.
But it's left me with the taste not to see anymore. I feel it's turned into the kind of Fast and Furious franchise where they might as well renamed it the Fastuous and Furiousables.
That's what everybody's saying is they're colliding and they're swapping universes, and like, but here's the problem though. Fast X, although we totally clowned that movie and it was ridiculous, it was still better than this though.
Here's the thing, right? Fast 10 absolutely sucked. Whack 10 sucked, but
not good.
It has one redeeming quality over Expendables 4. Yeah,
way better than this.
Yeah, and that is Jason Momoa. If you're gonna make something so bad, then just get Jason Momoa and shout. I don't get me wrong, I'm nothing against Jason Momoa at all. I like him. But Jason Momoa just purposely overacted that character where it made it actually entertaining. So
to be in the film and troll the movie itself, at that point you need the villain or which I could argue some characters did that when we get into this one, but you know what I mean, not at the level Momoa did Fast.
But I mean, I kind of knew with the opening, spoilers alert, I really don't care about spoiling this movie because it spoiled itself.
Yeah, I was going to agree with Gaz on that. Like, you know, usually we try to avoid spoilers for you guys, but I don't know. I'm not sure either one of us care this time. We also might be breaking the swearing rule. We're going to try to contain ourselves, but once I get going on this film, I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to contain my rage. It's complete garbage.
That's music to my ears. I don't have to sit here quietly meditate and try not to drop various naughty bombs and things. So that is beautiful music to hear.
They might make an appearance in this show. We'll see.
Yeah, I think it would do. It's kind of in a way. If Mac was here, I think. Yeah, me and Mac.
It would certainly go over the edge with Mac. But I mean, the problem is we're 150 subs for monetizing, so we're about to monetize, but then Hollywood makes a film like this, and I'm about to blow my gasket and lose my cool. So,
well, it's seriously the opening sequence with this whack opening.
Hold on, real quick, guys. Before we begin, I just want to do channel news and basic film news. Rest in peace, Burt Young.
Yeah.
That's Paulie from the Rocky franchise. Yeah. He's sick of those movies. So it sucks to see him go. You know what I mean? Awesome actor.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Burt Young. And then channel news. Super chats are live. If you guys want to, feel free to ask us live questions either on the review shows or on the true crime interviews or whatever. Upcoming week schedules posted on community tab. We have this roast now, obviously. Then we have author Nicole Strickland, PXF Paranormal Files Volume 1. Myself and Gaz. We'll talk about that off air, the Planet Gaz, but I was thinking maybe test live stream on that so we can do both my channel, PXF, and Gaz's channel Fed Up, as well as various other places. We'll multi-stream everywhere that we can. And then that will all be leading up to our Lauren LaPrey interview, October 29th, 5 p.m. Eastern time. He has the new release, Dark. Well, you guys seen... Did we ever review Dark Military 1, Gaz? No, right? We just did the show with Lauren.
We just did the show with Lauren back when we had the old radio show on the Shoutcast stream. We did an interview with him. It was when we did Ancient Visions. That's actually on the Fed Up channel, folks, in the archives.
Check that out, guys. I was thinking we could just go back and review Dark Military 1 because it's on TV and all that stuff, just to reintroduce it to our audiences. But anyway, we'll more than likely be reviewing this Dark Military sequel, Dark Military Rogue. The trailer's up now. I posted it on PXF on the community tab, but he's dropping the full film. I believe it's tomorrow, Gaz, the 23rd. So
nice.
We got Lauren coming on with us basically a week after release, which should be sick. He's our resident PXF horror expert correspondent. So we'll be talking horror genre with him, talking grindhouse, military, dark military, things of that nature. So those are the upcoming shows. Feel free to try out the super chats anywhere and anywhere. I don't know if they work as regular comments. I think they do. So you can ask me, myself, Gaz questions. Also, guys, when Gaz is asking you guys for feedback and stuff like that, he's not just talking to me or talking to the camera. He's doing it for a reason because you guys might not know, but he's been helping me with a lot of behind the scenes for ever since before PXF. You know what I mean? That's pretty much all you guys need to know. But, you know, I'm saying the feedback actually helps us both because, like I said, we want to launch memberships soon, within the next 40 to 50 subs. And then if you guys have an idea of what kind of content you want to see for memberships, you know, that's the reason Gaz is always asking for feedback. It's not because he's randomly talking to the webcam standing here, because we literally want to know the direction of the content. Yeah, hey Gaz, why are we doing this? Wait, what channel are we on? This is PXF. This is the Expendables 4's roast.
Yeah, folks, I always, at the end of any show, we do always ask for your feedback, because there may be a film out there, major indie, that you would like us to cover that we may not have heard of. Even if you think, well, this is a bit outside of these guys' genres, but I'm interested to hear what they would think about it, then again, let us know, drop those suggestions and we'll take a look at it.
Yeah, a film or a topic. Nothing's too violent, nothing's too outlandish, nothing's too off limits. But anyway, so we want to launch memberships, and we'd like to get an idea of like what direction you guys want the content to go for that. Do you want to do sub-only reviews with me and Gaz? Do you want to do membership-only live Q&As? Like all that stuff's options and on the table. I should be dropping the first game review soon. Without further ado, neither of us even care to talk about EX4 because it's absolutely shite, guys. It's really, 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 really bad. But without further ado, guys, take us away. How did that beginning scene go? Please refresh me on the genius Coppola level filmmaking.
Oh god, well, we have this opening scene in Libya where the attack, I'll say, a military base. It's where we're introduced to. I'm gonna. Sorry. My mind is so full of rage. I'm gonna mispronounce everybody's name. We're introduced to Iko. That's it. We're introduced to Iko as leader of the mercenaries. There's a spoiler for you straight away, but as I said, we don't care about spoiling this one today because it's spoiled itself, so we can't damage it any further. It's got the explosions, but it just feels filler. Like I said earlier, it feels like a Fast and the Furious movie. It's got the blatant. It just feels like filler. It's been inserted there. Quite a bland action scene. There's some close combat, hand to hand.
Even the way it starts, it's kind of like that same kind of where they did that raid in Expendables 2 at the beginning with Dolph, and they had the tank with the battering ram, and you're like, you know, that scene popped off. They build it up like it's going to be the same type of thing. You're like, okay, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I came here, the Expendables, da-da-da. And then as soon as you see the low-ass quality let's just talk about the film style real quick, guys, before we get into the terrible screenwriting and horrible plot. The low-ass quality of green screen, how the background effects are so bad. It literally looks like, trying to control myself and keep my voice down here, it literally looks like they took them and like copy-pasted them over like video game level, like CGI background graphics. Just whatever that filter is, made it look like the characters are up in your face, like crappy 3D, and the background is just like floating there like garbage, you know, like especially on the cargo ship that comes across, but it does in every other scene as well. Like it's so trash. And this freaking guy, Scott Waugh, I was ranting and raving to Gaz. I'm like, who the hell directed this POS? Freaking Scott Waugh. No surprise. Well, okay, this is the thing I don't get about this guy, guys. This is the thing I don't get about this guy. Let me pull up his resume. So he made Hidden Strike, which Gaz, Mac, and myself lovingly refer to as Hidden Shite. That's the film John Cena team up, which is actually way better than Expendables 4. Like
it's crap and it's better.
Yeah, it's good. At least they embraced the crap in that one. This movie is like a parody of an Expendables film. It's like the worst aspect of everything gone wrong. The script is absolutely abhorrent. It's an abomination. But this is what I don't get about Scott Waugh. This guy directed Act of Valor in 2012, which I thought was epic. That was the movie with the real Navy SEALs. I've seen it. I thought that was awesome. Like, you know what I mean? So, I mean, it wasn't crazy. It looks like it has a 6.4, but it was a good, like, realistic military shooter. So I don't. He also directed Need for Speed, but I didn't see that one.
Yeah, I have, unfortunately.
I don't have any need for that sort of speed.
No.
He's producer on those. Okay, so he did direct them as well. Okay, maybe he didn't direct that one. He produced it, but no, he did. He directed Act for Valor, Need for Speed, Hidden Shite, and then Expendables 4. So I don't know what the hell what went wrong with this guy. Somewhere between, because Act of Valor didn't really look like it had a crazy budget. Here's the reasons, the excuses that the narrative is for why they're making up this movie had a bad release and did bad. And I'm gonna have more beer because Gaz, take it away.
Well, just to reiterate the lack of quality with the shooting, how it just looked, it kind of looks like literally the backgrounds have been like as Ross said, they've been cut and pasted on digitally, just put there. Like it's, think of your really bad intro sequences or cut scenes in a game, and any first person shooter, like really bad. The dialogue is appalling. I'm going to get to the crap that 50 Cent has had to work with, which I'll get to. And you kind of, right from, I guess, where the initially attack the bases are mentioned, and I'll just say when they get to confront, well, I don't care about spoiling this. When they confront, I think it's an officer upstairs on the base, that kind of just really confirms that you're about to watch literally a turd that hasn't been polished. There is an expression over here that says there's always ways to polish a turd. I don't see how you can polish this one. It is steaming from start to finish.
No. This is.
It looks like, dude.
A nuclear turd.
This is how bad, man. It looked like, and you know, I'm a connoisseur of shite. I've seen so much shite.
We're the guys. I was going to say about us. We put on very low budget, you know, even B level, maybe C level action movies, and me and Gaz are, you know, as long as it has martial arts and decent fighting sequences, me and Gaz and Mac are like, yo, that one was pretty good, man. That one was sick. You know, we're those guys. But this is a parody of that entire genre of action B movies. Just going back to what the narrative was, Gaz. So they were saying because the Hollywood writers strike, because this movie only had a $20 million budget, it had a micro budget compared to the rest of the films. And then I forget what mostly the writers strike and just like the limited promotion by the studio, like the studio think it would do well. So they're saying like, some people are saying like, it's actually okay. But you know, all of those reasons, the reason why it didn't do well, it's horrible. Even compared to 3, which is, I think, by far the worst of the first 3, this is significantly worse than that. And I think you would agree.
Yeah, it makes 3 look good, which was just
makes it look epic.
Yeah, which was okay. 3 was okay.
It was it was average, but not good.
But compared to this, look, this is how bad this movie is. This reference is going to be lost pretty much on everybody. There is a fantasy movie. I can't recall the name. It's a sci-fi. I've seen on sci-fi loads of times, and I was stupid enough to get the DVD. We did a review on it back in the day. Literally, I threw the the DVD into the air live because that's how good it was. And I remember I watched that Mac in the middle of the night, and I sent him this picture of this purple-headed man, this warrior, and this guy like delivered the most cringe-worthy dialogue in the whole scene, where he like shouted, "What are you doing in my realm?"
What are you doing
in my realm? That
one of those
was actually better than Expendables 4, and that movie probably had like $1 budget. Gasping special. It absolutely sucked, but yet it was more
Dragons, that last one didn't look good, but I bet you it's better than Expendables 4.
I've seen it. It's actually, I'm going to choke myself now. I'm getting that amped up. At least that was a comedy. At least there was things that you could laugh at.
Right, comedic entertainment. Now, this had that as well, but it was just unintentional. They expected you to take the script seriously. So anyway, just pick a scene at random. Just take us anywhere you want to go, Gaz. That beginning, or so, like Gaz said. So it introduces Iko Uwais, and then it also has Tony Jaa. I guess they're the big like deal secret characters, kind of like how John Wick 3 had those other dudes from the raid.
They couldn't even save it. Oh, okay, I'm going to go completely out of order. I've got 3 scenes on the fly for you straight away, right? Okay, no bad on the guy. I don't know him personally. They have Eddie Hall cast as this kind of bouncer in a bar. Appalling.
I didn't even see that. Eddie Hall's the man. I love that guy. I totally missed that.
Dude. So yeah, he's a bouncer, and it was appalling. No bad in the guy. I don't know him personally.
Yeah.
I think, in fairness to the actors here, they literally got what they had to work with.
Well, from what I heard, like we were saying, like they had all. This is what I heard, and I can't confirm or deny it. That Sly was gonna. Arnold didn't want to do it anymore, so he's out. Obviously, Jet Li is gone. I heard Sly was going to totally write himself out, but for some reason they realized at the last minute that would be a bad idea, and the film just would not be marketable without Sly. So they have those bootleg ass writers from the writers' strike, and those guys are just like trash bin, recycle bin writers. So they're like,
I think they should stay on strike.
It's like they should. It's like what South Park said about Netflix. It's like, this is Netflix. You're greenlit. Who am I speaking with? Like that's Hollywood right now. They're like, we need a writer. You're greenlit. Who am I speaking with? They're like, okay, you're writing Expendables 4.
Yeah, so, exactly.
So they ended up having to like put Sly back in, and I think that who knows, like Eddie Hall might have got called last minute because of all the scenes that they had. Well, they're like, fuck, that guy's famous. Let's put him in there.
Yeah, exactly. He feels like I say, I know bad in the guy. I don't know him personally, but he's only in it like for 2 minutes. But even what he's been given, I feel, to work with is so bad.
Well, the script is garbage.
It just seemed randomly inserted. It was like literally an excuse to show Jason Statham throwing it down. And it felt like it was force-fed. And then 2 other scenes, that pathetic, domestic, terrible, and I'm being kind to call it this, MMA kind of argument between Megan Flop, courtesy for you for that name, Megan Flop and Statham at home. That was cringe.
So
that was so bad. She demonstrated again her awesome wide range. Maybe
that's basically what the trailer was. They were look, Jason Statham grapples his girlfriend. It's gonna be crazy. Expendables 4. It was just like, this is what we're marketing the movie on. Are you freaking kidding me? And I still haven't gotten to what they did to Lundgren.
We're gonna get to that.
Jaa is a pretty goofy ass character, but carry on, guys.
Yeah, well, let's go on this Megan Flop roast at the moment, right? That scene is absolutely cringe. It's probably been inserted for comedic relief. Well, it has the opposite effect. It's absolutely painful. And as a counter trailer, maybe when we get to the Fast Furiousables Part 97, Megan Flop finally learns to say a sentence convincingly. Who the hell greenlit and thought it would be
mannequin acting?
Yeah, a good idea to have her lead a team of mercenaries.
Okay, hold on, stop. Time out, Gaz. When I saw the trailer, I thought it was just going to be like, okay, I just thought of something cliche because it's Expendables 4, so I'm not thinking about it much, mind you. I've already seen the first 3. I know what's going to happen. But when they said she was his girlfriend, I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, Statham is like the ladies' man. They try to put that in a lot of
movies. Not that part. That's fine.
Not
it's
really new. But I'm thinking like, he gets stuck and she maybe goes along on the mission to try to save him or something like that. That's all I'm thinking in the background. Well, lo and behold, they find a corny ass way, and I don't know, maybe we'll just tell them what it is, guys. I don't know, to make Stallone basically not relevant in the movie. And they bring in Megan Fox's character as the team leader, as Gaz was just saying. So it was just totally unbelievable. They were all just like, oh God, the on-screen chemistry was just abhorrent. It just did not work.
Exactly. This is where I was going with it. Okay, fine. His girlfriend, fine. She goes and saves the person. Has to go and save the person she loves.
Or come along on the mission.
Come along on the mission.
Fine, yeah,
but
whatever.
I'm supposed to believe that she is now leader of the Expendables. Her hair never moves. She looks like she's gone on a night out on the town. I've never seen anyone who looks so, I guess, just unchanged by the situation that they're in. Yeah. And it's so unconvincing. The dialogue is absolutely horrible. And I'm sorry, man, but I'm like, other than laying down on a car in Transformers, what quality does she bring other than being Statham's girlfriend? Failure, complete failure.
Real quick, and I'm not even mad at Megan, what's her name? That they had that female martial arts star, and maybe it was Molly. She was in Expendables too. Like, she was super dope. But let's just talk about Levi Tran played Lash in this movie, and it was a completely garbage character. First of all, nobody's gonna use a chain weapon in 2023, like you know what I mean, counterterrorism, military, contractor operations or mercenary operations, right? So they have all these corny pseudo Mortal Kombat fight scenes. It's mostly on the cargo ship, where she's like whipping the freaking chain around, and her character was just totally useless. She just looked like a Mortal Kombat reject, and I was like, this is just a useless character. This was just put in there to get someone to wave a chain around and try to catch the other guy with the chain to do like some Tony Jaa type weird choreography. But anyway, that's not. Megan Fox was just totally wooden and a complete flop of a performance.
Exactly, that's my problem with it. Before anyone gets out there, look, nothing against her personally or anything. I don't know or anything like that. But just not unconvincing, absolutely terrible. Like as Ross said, I could understand it if they're putting in Statham's girlfriend, which you knew about, and then she has to go along on a mission or save him. Fine, I can get that. But absolutely, totally unconvincing. It's literally like, I'm going on a night out. My hair never moves one inch whatsoever.
They didn't even do that with Ronda Rousey, who is a freaking 10-0 fighter in the UFC. That her acting was super subpar, but most people said at least she pulled off the fight scenes because she is combat trained.
Yeah, exactly. At least it's more convincing in that aspect.
There's some authenticity there.
And I felt that ruined the movie because you've just got the complete wrong person in that role. Trans Mortal Kombat-esque scene, as you said, just feels totally forced. Even if they'd put her in leading the team, that would have been a bit more convincing because at least, as you said, can do the action sequences.
Sort of combat background. She just looked like a fruit with the chain weapon. I mean, we haven't even gotten to Andy Garcia, which I don't even know what to say about him. He's a legendary, Italian actor from Godfather fame, but his performance in this one is just the most cardboard. It looked like he didn't even want to be there. Looked like he didn't know what movie he was in.
That's maybe a blessing if you think about it.
So maybe he gave the best performance because he didn't know which set he was on.
I'm in Othello, aren't I?
My man Randy Couture, I love you. I met him in the elevator at Bellator. I was telling Gaz, and I told him how big of an Expendables fan I am. Super cool guy. His Toll Road is back, but man, even his character, man, the dialogue was terrible. And Randy, you're my man, but we love you on this channel. But dude, that the film didn't pan out.
You see, this is the thing, right? Okay, we've roasted Megan Flop. I even said about Eddie Hall's 2-minute part. There's 4 or 5 actors we haven't got to, guys. So just strap in. And I feel they've certainly. It's like even though I like these movies because the Disney sequel trilogy actually made them good. I'm saying that, and I know I've got a Star Wars mug at the moment. But the dialogue is as horrendous as the Star Wars prequel movies. It's right up there with the Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones.
No. These made those look like Coppola's. You know what I mean? I thought Phantom Menace was Apocalypse Now, the way EX4 went.
Yeah, but poor 50 Cent. I felt so sorry for him, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen it. Look, you know, I'm not a fan of his music, but I've seen him in quite a few movies, and he's actually been pretty good.
He's done a lot of action.
Yeah, he has, and I thought he's been good. I felt so sorry for the guy in this. He looked as bad as Tom Jerringer running about in the ghillie suits in some of the sniper movies. He looked bored, half asleep. He
didn't just, you know what, like, he's super funny on social media and like a lot of the other things he does, and none of his comedy was able to come across with the corny jokes they gave him and the corny lines, and like, you just see how awkward the cast looks with them all standing there with the weird, green screen background with 50 cracking these one-liners. It just, the scenes are so cringy. Most cringeworthy comedy jokes I've ever seen in an action film.
Exactly. They don't land, and there's a sequence where they're due to fly out to go on the mission before half of them get captured on this boat. And I think there's an exchange between Randy Kutcher, 50 Cent, and another cat. And the dialogue is so bad. It's like even monotone when 50 Cent talks.
The lines are garbage. It's not like Expendables 1 and 2 where like everybody had those funny hot lines. You know what I mean? Like they're just so cliche. And like I said, it's a parody of a like Expendables fan. I can't tell if Scott Waugh is fucking with me and he is playing a prank on all of us, just making such a shit film that we can't believe it, or if this is a serious entry in the franchise, guys. It's that borderline. When you go through it, you're not going to be able to tell the difference.
I don't think he knows himself either. He probably went home before it was even finished, man. That's certainly how it felt like. And as I was saying with 50 Cent, the way the lines are delivered, which is not his fault, in fairness, because like the actors in this movie can only work with what they're given. But it's almost, this isn't one of the lines, but it's almost like, yay, we've got to go and save our friend. I was in the Marines. Let's go. It's that inspiring.
It's cliche is like not even the word. Like Gaz said, like it's so hollow. You know, I'm looking for the perfect word to describe it, and there almost isn't one. How bland the dialogue is for an action movie that should be constantly moving. And then, I mean, we haven't even roasted all these cringy, action scenes yet, the action sequences. But you know what I mean. I honestly, I don't even remember most of it because it's just so bad. But like Gaz was saying, the way it sets up Iko, and you're like, I'm not even sure if this was Iko's first English-speaking movie.
No, it wasn't, because he did a movie with Mark Wahlberg, and I think he was a villain in that movie, and it's actually pretty decent.
Oh wait, I think I saw that.
Yeah, it was out a few years ago. I think we did review it actually before we were on YouTube on the radio show. I remember us watching it, me, you, and Mac. Yeah, we did a review back in the day, but on the older radio show, and I am.
What they did to Dolph Lundgren's character, he had they scaled him way back. He had super corny dialogue, and I don't know because I heard Dolph Lundgren has been dealing with a cancer issue, so I don't know how much of that played into affecting his performance in this film. But at the very least, I would have expected some funny things from him because he's hilarious in the first two. He's even one of the best guys in 3. I would have expected a little more from him. I don't know how much of that was a personal issue. So I'll give Dolph a pass. He's the only pass I'm really going to be giving in this movie, though. Nobody else. Stallone, what the hell did you do wrong? You know what I mean? They made a big deal about Garcia coming in as this epic supervillain. Fell super flat. He was super corny. You know what I mean? And then we have so essentially, they pare back Stallone for what reason I don't know, just because he didn't want to be in it because he saw the script was trash. And then they essentially set it up to be one of those another Statham solo vigilante action movie. It's essentially what they set up. In other words, we're going to tell you the corny plot. Obviously, the Expendables get captured because, you know what I mean, they're out of ideas at this point. So they go to the biggest cliche ever. And Jason gets kicked out, and he has to go. What's his name? Lee Christmas. He has to go and save them. And then Garcia decides he's going to come along on the mission, which is corny. They get to the freaking cargo ship, and the stupid ass motocross scene, guys. It is one of the dumbest freaking things. They have dirt bikes or motorcycles, whatever the hell they are, on the cargo ship, and they just ride around shooting at that. That's right out of freaking Triple X. What was that, 1 or 2? You know what I mean? Like they've done that, and they did that. I think did they do that in Triple X 3 too on the water? They've basically done that in every extreme action movie with the stupid motocross bikes. And why? Yeah. There's no reason why those would all be on the cargo ship. It was so corny.
Do you feel like
it looks stupid? The whole scene could get deleted.
Yeah. That was cringe as hell. Did you feel like you were watching a Call of Duty game as a movie?
Yeah, stupid, man. And garbage. That was supposed to be like the big scene. So we really haven't talked about Tony Jaa. So they add these Asian Far East martial arts action superstars, Iko Uwais from The Raid Redemption and Tony Jaa from Ong Bak, The Protector. They can't save the film, unfortunately. The big deal was, one day they're going to cross over the martial arts action stars with the American guys in the Expendables franchise. And look what happened. Try to tell me that it panned out. It's so garbage. So they have Tony Jaa telling these corny jokes, and they kind of make his character like a jokey jokester, like they always try to do to him, which never lands in Hollywood. Yeah. And however, he does have he has the best martial arts action scenes. Like let's be real. Tony Jaa has the best sequences. He does have some good 2-on-2 team ups with Statham. I'll give Statham that, even though it's an unwatchable, toilet paper script of a film. But if you were to delete the cargo ship scene and to delete all of the movie and maybe just whittle it down to a montage of just the Tony Jaa Statham fights, you could probably make a watchable 20-30 minutes of the film. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, an actual quality 20 to 30 minute DLC, which is pretty much that's what. Okay, when I'll give it its due. Yes, Statham's action scenes are good. You kind of would expect that. Yes, they are setting up to transition for him to be the leader of the Expendables going forward. But now, as I say, it's made the whole franchise expendable. I don't care. Look, if they release the next one, Expendables 527, and if it's actually good, a mixed meat my words, so be it, and I will be happy with that. That will be absolutely awesome.
The problem is they've tried to bring in these younger fruitcakes and actors, and it hasn't worked. Like, they have brought in the martial arts guys, and that worked, but those guys don't really need Expendables. They could just go make their own movie, the Raid sequels or whatever. They could, Iko could make his own movies. Tony Jaa has his own stuff,
Well, Statham even could have made it an entirely different movie with both Jaa and Iko, and probably would have been a lot better.
There you go. Gaz just solved your problem. If you had not made this an Expendables and just made it like a solo Statham action movie, and just maybe kept Iko for the villain and Jaa, and once again, Iko and Jaa don't do the big one-on-one fight, which is like what martial arts action has been waiting for like 20 years. Like they didn't.
Yeah, we didn't get it, did we?
They didn't get it in Triple Threat, and they didn't do it in this one either. So those guys are going to just be in 10 movies together and never fight. It's a little weird.
Yeah, and it did feel when Statham assaults the ship later to rescue the Expendables, all of who've been captured, because Megan Flop's leadership skills were so awesome. Anyway, I digress. Look, his action scenes were fine, but it did feel like I said, like it's almost like a DLC for Call of Duty, something where it's just forcibly injected. Let's just show like a highlights reel of Statham doing what he does best. Horrible. There's a cringe moment.
Explosions, the CGI. I'll get to yours, but the CGI explosions, and I think the helicopter crash into the ocean or the cargo ship, and it looks like Gaz said C- Call of Duty level graphics. But
and even when we get near the end of the movie, it still sucked, which we'll come to. Just the whole way the kind of scenes and things were forced, like that corny ass moment with the hand with the ring on it. Just didn't land for me whatsoever.
They kept making a big deal about the rings, and anyway, it's what's his name, Barney Ross's Expendables ring. Let's roast Jacob Scipio. He did this. I seen Joe Blow trailers channel. They do movie reviews and all sorts of similar content to us. They're a much bigger channel than us. I love you guys' channel, but you just did an Expendables 4 review, and you were like, well, it's like a 5, there's you can enjoy it. There's some good parts, but it's not all bad. But, the Jacob Scipio being Galgo's son, that guy was super funny. Wrong. He was super cringe. This guy did a C- Antonio Banderas impression, and every scene he had was super cringy and corny. Like he was going super overboard and extra, like trying to be like like the outgoing like poppy personality one in the crew, and he just was like a total dork. They roasted him. Like Sly walks in, he's like, who's that guy? They're like making jokes about themselves. They're like, I don't know, you're the one who hired him. Like Barney Ross can't even remember like who the C- Expendables bench players he hired are anymore.
But this is the big main flaw with the whole movie, as we were saying, like with Megan and the dialogue that they've been given. 50 Cent not coming off convincingly. This is the problem. A lot of it just wasn't convincing.
Right.
It didn't hit you with kind of like that authentic grimy feel that you would expect, that we were used to with the other movies.
50's a street guy. He got shot 8 times or 10 times and almost died during his hip hop career. So of anyone who's actually been in the shit, he should have the authenticity of being battle hardened. And they made a big deal about getting Curtis Jackson. I think Stallone was trying to get him in Expendables 1, and it was just too late. By the time they got him into 4, I was hoping it would pan out. It completely fell flat. It was garbage.
Yeah, it did, and that's the problem.
Unfortunately.
Nothing I feel really lands, and then you feel as well a lot of the scenes have been forcefully inserted. Like I say, cut and paste special, terrible plot, terrible dialogue.
Even some of the I want to just as you were just saying right there, some of that, the way they shot the action scenes with that shaky cam, all those night scenes. When they skydive into the cargo ship and it's just pitch black for like 45 minutes in the middle of the movie, you can't see anything. You can't see anything from any of those night scenes. It's way too dark. And then the shaky cam that they do in a lot of the fight sequences are just blurs of people throwing punches and kicks on a CGI background. And with the shaky cam, it's just doing this. You can't actually see any of the technical movement of any of the technical fighting. And that's what you want to see from Iko and Tony. Like, other than I would say like Jason's final fight, it's when he goes to the ship leading up to Iko, that's probably only and then with him and Tony with those 2-on-2s, those are probably the really only good fights in the movie. Even the ones that I recollect of the beginning of, like you were saying, those beginning sequences were like kind of shaky cam, and they kind of so Dolph's character, Gunner, he is like sober and he has glasses so he can't see, and so he's like missing all his shots in the battles, and then he pulls out his flask and he starts drinking again, then he starts headshotting people, and he's got this weird haircut that he says his girlfriend likes long hair, you know what I mean? So even the cringy jokes they gave him were kind of, I thought, like disrespectful to Dolph,
Yeah, there were. Doesn't do the characters justice. The new characters they bring in, to be fair, terrible dialogue, not convincing, certainly miscast in parts. Yeah, and that part, as you were saying, about the one who's doing the C-list impression of Antonio Banderas.
It's Jacob Scipio. He plays Golan. He's supposed to be Galgo's son. You know what I mean? Yeah. And he's doing this whack Antonio Banderas impression.
Yeah, that's even that part where
cringy.
Where they've been captured and they're on the ship, the urine scene, on the skip, that didn't even land, and that was
weird,
so
garbage,
and it was just like, what the hell?
Stupid. It's just the script, as Gaz said, it was a urine scene because it was a urine script, and
the urinables.
These writers peed all over that shit before they delivered it to the studio. You know what I mean?
The urinables no more.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. There's almost nothing good about it, guys. Like I said, 1 and 2 are epic. 3 is pretty average, but at least it had like a Gibson level supervillain, and like I said, there was a film to be salvaged there. There was no film to be salvaged here. Every single, I'm saying, all right, did we roast everybody? Who else is in there? Stallone, 50, Fox, Lundgren, Jaa Iko. I mean, Garcia, like, they make such a big deal about him because he's this epic legend, and then he comes to this film and he lays an egg, What did you think about the big Garcia twist on the cargo ship, guys? Was that real crazy?
We all knew it was coming. It was so predictable. it was like hardly a surprise, and
it was like beyond cliche. Yeah, it was like the old double cross.
and it was just waiting for it to happen. Look, as I said,
Right.
the only, and I'm okay, Statham's, as we said, scenes are okay for what they are, and he does what he's obviously does best. I can say that, I suppose, and then, and this is, I'm really stretching. I guess the bike he rides to the bar at the beginning, with Stallone. Yeah, the bike looks nice. So there's something. If you're a fan of bikes, the bike looks nice.
Yeah. It's mostly background,
I'm reaching, man. I'm reaching.
Background aesthetics of this film, because it's not the story, it's not the script, it's not the acting, it's not the dialogue, it's not the directing, it's not the CGI, it's not. I don't even know. I wasn't really paying attention to score or sound editing, but there is that cringe scene when they play the 50 Cent song when they blow the. That was definitely a moment of like the writers walked out of the room on the strike and they were like, so then a bomb goes off and then we play a 50 Cent song and the whole room was like, why? You know what I mean? Why? And they were like, I don't know. We just play a 50 Cent song to distract them or something. I don't know. You know?
Even look, we know Stallone didn't want to make any more of these, and he wants Statham to take over his leadership. So Barney Ross was hardly in the movie. The thing is, it was so obvious that he was going to appear. I literally said, near the start of the movie when he disappeared, I said to my friend at the time, I said, right, he'll come back about last 10-15 minutes, probably in a chopper or something. I
said the same thing.
And he did. And I said to my friend, I said, there you go. I said, there we go. You see, he's come back, for his moments.
Cringe.
Yeah, and it was horrible. It just didn't land, did it? And it was cringe. And then that part with the, there's like this, the guy who owns the bar, who they have the altercation with at the start of the movie, I'll just say Barney
shrimp,
gets
jumbo shrimp, something like that.
Yeah, I'll just say Barney gets rid of him, and then there's a hand towards the end of the movie with the ring on it, and even that doesn't land. Yeah, even that doesn't land, man. It's just horrible. And even the end credits as well. I literally felt like I'm in the Fast and the Furious 11 before it's even dropped.
I know, dude. I'm trying to, it's basically cringy action scene after cringy action scene, guys.
Do you think that's going to happen, man? That we're going to get? I'm really going to go horrible here and make you literally fall out the chair. That we're going to see, Vin Diesel at some point and the Expendables with family.
Sly, from what I heard, Sly wanted to do it. I can't remember if he ever actually. I don't know. I don't think it went anywhere. I mean, Expendables is doing so bad now. This movie only had a $20 million budget. It's $10 million less than John Wick 1, which Keanu Reeves literally put his own money into to finish the film. You know what I mean? That's, if I'm not mistaken, that was $30 million. So they had a horrible rollout because the studio saw what a piece of crap the final cut was, and then they basically pulled all freaking promo, and then that was the script is complete ass. I don't know.
Well, the plot, if you think
garbage.
Think of a really, really bad James Bond movie. That's literally the plot, and it is so cringe. And honestly, you could pretty much walk out for most of the movie. And you would.
It's like every terrorist like cliche trope ever. Like Iko is a warlord in Libya, but Iko is a freaking Indonesian guy. So what the hell is he in Libya for? You know what I mean? It's just like not any single thing is fleshed out. There's no explanation for anything.
No, there isn't.
Garcia's performance is super flat and corny and wooden and cardboard for how legendary he is, how legendary his resume is. I don't know. I kind of want to look up who wrote this piece of crap, but you know what I mean? Obviously, Hidden Strike is way better than this for a Chinese production. Kurt Wimmer, Tad Daggerhart. Let's see what Kurt Wimmer wrote. Apparently, Equilibrium, which was epic.
Equilibrium was a good movie.
Total Recall remake, which is not good. Law Abiding Citizens, Street Kings.
Yeah, it's not bad.
He's got Equilibrium was good. Thomas Crown Affair. Okay, the
some decent ones now.
He wrote some okay stuff. Point Break remake he produced. How about no? So he wrote some okay shit. Let's see who these other guys are. Let's see what Tad Daggerhart wrote. He wrote Black Lotus, which is who's at that? I think it's a Frank Grillo. Just Frank Grillo is the only person I know. It seems low budget. Let's see what else he did. No. Filmography. Tad Daggerhart. Let's see what he did. See y'all. Not much. Not much. So he's obviously new. And there's a couple others. Max Adams, he's probably pretty new too. These are definitely guys they subbed in during the strike. Like, what's your name? Oh, he worked on 6, the TV show about Navy SEALs. That show is actually pretty good. He looks like he worked on Extraction Run 1, which is not bad. Some movie called Heist, a De Niro movie. I haven't seen that. Okay, looks like he has some okay things in the genre. Yeah. Let's see. Spencer Cohen. Does he have anything? See y'all.
The problem is, as well, it felt like such a shallow cash grab as well. Extremely hollow.
Oh, yeah.
With no, sadly, spirit. And that's one of the biggest problems with the movie, folks. You just feel like, man, this is just literally, as I've just said, a cash grab. Perhaps if they'd taken more time, even delayed it even further, maybe we could have got some semblance of an okay movie there. The big what if, I guess.
Okay, writer. Let's see. The Doom movie, which, yikes, this is Dave Callahan.
Yeah.
Apparently, he wrote screenplay story for Expendables 1, Expendables cutscenes, extended cutscenes, Expendables 2. He was credited characters, Expendables 3. So apparently this guy worked on all of them, and he thought this was a good idea. He's like, hey, here you go. I wrote this on toilet paper, you know?
This one certainly didn't land whatsoever. Complete failure.
It was garbage. I mean, I think we've roasted pretty much all the garbage characters. Like I said, guys, it's pseudo Mortal Kombat-esque fight scenes. Just the cringy kung fu stuff. It really didn't blend with like the Expendables style run and gun shooting action as it should have. You know, name a aesthetic or a aspect, and it's probably. It was really the performances that killed it and the bad script. I don't know where they went wrong, man, but they went wrong. It's garbage. I wasn't feeling it. Nor was Gaz.
No, I don't think anybody has, and that's the problem. As we said, terrible dialogue, unconvincing casting in parts,
unconvincing action sequences, discombobulated, unskilled action scenes because the shaky cam effect just blurs the whole thing, and it just CGI explosions, like video game graphics. Like Gaz was saying, you can't actually see anything.
You see, I feel even if this had been okay, you could have said, okay, I'll be interested in Expendables 5 now, because in our opinion, have made the franchise expendable. It's like if they announce 5 and Statham's team leader, etc. I'm like,
the last 2 are garbage, and then like, you know, we don't know what's going on with Dolph. 50's not going to come back. Stallone probably not going to come back. So you already lost all the big names. Schwarzenegger, Jet Li, they're all gone. If you want, guys, we could move into ratings because I don't really have much more to say on.
I think we've exhausted it.
Diarrhea that this director's diarrheaed onto the script for this diarrhea studio. So I see that it has a 4.9 out of 10 on IMDb. It's continuing to go down. I'm sure that Rotten Tomatoes rating is very low. I have given it a 4.
Yeah.
I would expect Gaz is between a 2 and a 3.
Yeah,
what do you think, Gaz?
Poo 2.5. AKA 2.5. No more than the 3. 3, you know, I'll give it a 3 because I have seen.
It's between a 3 and a 4. It's between a 3 and a 4. Like we said, maybe if it was a Tony Jaa side quest where they deleted the entire movie and maybe, like Gaz said, maybe made a montage 20, 15, 25-minute short of Tony's character and just his fights, that's the only watchable material of this entire film. Script is diarrhea. Filming and CGI are garbage. Dialogue's trash. Basically everything's bad. Fox didn't work. Garcia, you thought would be a big deal. Even he flopped. Curtis's crossover didn't work. So basically nothing worked. Didn't have enough Stallone. Like we said, Statham, but you've seen Statham do this 1,000 times before. So he really doesn't. It's not his fault, but he doesn't get any points for it either.
That's what I feel for Curtis Jackson as well. Horrendous dialogue. He was given
not his fault,
horrendous
but they gave him a freaking, you know, a toilet flush to work with. So garbage, guys. Well, hit us on the super chats. Memberships coming soon. Paranormal Files next Friday with author Nicole Strickland. She's a Queen Mary expert. a bunch of psychic medium, bunch of expert on paranormal investigations. Be our epic. We try to get a paranormal ghost show for you guys every October. That will be it. The next day, Lauren doing horror with us should be sick. Dark Military Rogue out tomorrow. Hit us on the super chats. The Dark Rift Volume 1, Escape from Earth on Amazon. Go check out our graphic novel. Expendables 4 sucked. Expendables 4. Expenda BS. The film with BS. Shite. Screw you guys. Hidden Shite was better. Whole thing sucked. Scott Wall, you're an ass.
Yeah, it was ass. The assables. Folks.
The buttable. Expenda butts.
Yeah, literally was. But thanks to those who watched live or those who watch back later. It's greatly appreciated. If you've got any suggestions for movies or subjects you want us to cover, drop your comments, hit us up a message. Our emails are on the channels as well. Reach out to us, and we will look at whatever it is you want us to take a look at, and we'll do a show on it. There is also one quick shout out to Zodiac Files, bro. Don't you have any new Zodiac Files coming soon?
Yeah, Zodiac Files episode 4, the Gaviota Beach murder is coming very soon. It's in editing. I know, people get on me a little bit in the Z community because it's not that fast, but I don't have 100% time to spend on it. But it's coming. It's good. It's very good. The content's amazing. New big reveal on a suspect. Yeah. All that good crap. We're trying to make it edited perfect. A bunch of new additions that you weren't in past episodes. It'll kind of be the I think this will be the format going forward in the next few, but it is coming very soon. So just look out, guys. And as well as the PXG Games Volume 1 Hellbound, the 90s shooter.
And a review that I can say that is coming soon from us is Colors of the Flower Moon, which hoping should be a lot better. It looks pretty epic, actually. So that's one we've
heard it's good
for a while.
Hearing good things about it. Scorsese, DiCaprio, De Niro, and hearing good things about it. Everybody saying good things about it. So probably Killers of the Flower Moon next. If you have suggestions, leave them below. There's always our retro backlog. We do have a few older things, some indie films and such. But like, sub, share. That's about it. Memberships likely coming in the next 50 subs or so. So keep the subs rolling in, guys. It actually does help out the channel. I'll put the trailer of this piece of crap film below. Don't watch it. Don't watch the film. Don't rent it. It sucks. We're not recommending this one. It sucks.
Yeah, it's ass, folks. It really is.
Yeah. Watch something else. Watch anything else. Go on Tubi. Watch Dark Military 1. Watch Lauren's Dark Military Rogue tomorrow. Watch those.
Yeah, even this quick shout out. There is a Friday the 13th fan movie that just dropped called Never Hike Alone 2. And in my wonderful professionalism, I didn't realize that obviously the title is a sequel. So I've watched the second one first, and then I have to go to the original.
Reviews.
Yeah, it's not bad actually, folks. So there's one for you if you're into horror and stuff.
Yeah, any more suggestions, leave them below, guys. We'll do new stuff, old stuff. We don't give a F. Zodiac Files 4 coming soon. Hit us on the super chats. Try it on the comments. Try it on the live chat. Memberships coming soon. And then more additional announcements after that. Post 900 and post the 1,000 subs. So that's basically it. EX4, EX-Bore, Expendables Butt, Expendables,
Bellendables,
Expenda Bore. It's so bad. There's nothing good about it. It's trash. Don't watch it. We're out. It's a roast. It's roasted. We don't want to see it go. We're out.
All right. Peace out, y'all.
We don't want to see any more of those. Peace.